So our next step after styling our map is to review and clean up our layer attributes field in ArcGIS Online. So it is important to understand what attributes we have so we can open the table and explore the attributes we have, but also there's another way to check on the fields. So if I click on this tab right here, fields, this window will open and I will have a list of fields. That is basically a list of attributes that I have. Even though I cannot see the values, I can start looking into what I am going to see if I click in any of these municipalities, these polygons. So this is a list of attributes and some of the values, right? So if you think about the way the audience is going to look at this, there may be some fields that you don't necessarily want to show. So, for example, the fields that provide the information about the range may not be necessary. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go to fields options and I'm going to start editing the alias of these fields. So, for example, the percentage of sanitation services, maybe that's something that I want to make sure people have access to that information. Okay. So what I can do is simply click on top of it and make sure that the way it's being presented, percentage of sanitation services is something you want to keep. In this case, it is, but also look at the decimal places. Probably because it's a percentage, I might want to use just one or two decimal places max. So that's what I'm going to set it up for. I'm going to go to the next one, education coverage, change whatever you think would be necessary to change. I'm going to leave it as one decimal place. I'm going to click done, NBI, and I'm also going to have one decimal, and so on and so forth. So make sure you change everything needed it right here to set it up as the information that your audience is going to have available whenever they click in any of the municipalities. Now, in terms of the ranking, what I'm going to do is, for example, standardize the names. I'm going to use rank for all of the ranking fields. For vulnerability, I will make sure that I set it up as well. Similarly, I'm going to leave for this particular one decimal place. Okay, so I at least have changed the alias of all of the fields that I want to make sure I keep. So I'm going to close this. Now, let's say that for the pop-ups, I don't want to see some of these fields, okay? Also, this number here seems to be the ID municipality, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is work on I'm going to configure the pop-up. So click on this icon right here. And the first thing, I'm going to keep it as enable pop-ups, and then for the title, which is this section right here, instead of having the ID, I will select something else. So you can click this icon right here to select what you want to see. It would be great if I have the name of the municipality. For some reason, I didn't bring it up here. So you can just add a title. Okay, so basically what you can do in these cases when you don't have the name, and so that's going to be the title every time I click in any of these municipalities. And then under the fields, what you can do is remove all of those fields that you do not want to see. So I want to keep the original information. I want to keep the ranking. I do not want to see the range values. They do not add any value at all for the audience. And I'm going to remove the area and length for now. So I just want to keep those. Now, something else that I can do is simply move the fields weighted, not weighted. And so for this particular map, I think I'm just going to leave the non-weighted values and I'm going to remove this one, but I will do that at the very end. So for now, I'm just going to keep all of these and I am going to, yeah, I'm just going to close this. And every time I click on the pop-up or in any of these municipalities, you will see how different everything looks. Okay, perfect. So now all I need to do is save. And next, we're just gonna, I'm gonna walk you through the next step, which will be duplicate this layer because I want to have multiple maps showing the different factors and a couple of maps showing the two different scenarios, which is the non-weighted and the weighted.